Welcome to this video on connecting Marketing Cloud to Data Cloud. We're going to be doing a demonstration on how to do this. My name is Zoe Fisher. I'm one of the principal consultants at Nebula Consulting. So let's get started. I'm currently in my demo org for Data Cloud. So the first thing I'm going to do is navigate to Setup, and I'm going to select Data Cloud Setup. This is where we can manage all of our connectors, which Salesforce orgs we have connected to our Data Cloud account, and also manage things like our data kits. So let's navigate to Marketing Cloud from the left side menu, and this is where we can set up a connection to Marketing Cloud. So I would recommend that before you do this, you set up a dedicated user on Marketing Cloud to behave as your connector between Marketing Cloud and Data Cloud. And once you've set up that user and you're ready to go, you can then come here and enter the credentials by clicking the Manage button. So if I just select Manage, here we can see I have a user that is authenticated. So as I was logged into Marketing Cloud, it has just automatically pulled that through as my login, and you can see that it's also pulled through the account, including the EID, which is our enterprise level ID for our Marketing Cloud account. So we can see that that's all correct. We're able to very easily disable that as well and reconnect this. Just be aware that you can only have one Marketing Cloud instance connected to Data Cloud at a time from an enterprise level anyway. Okay, so next what we can do is set up the bundles to ingest data into Data Cloud. I'm going to click on Manage. And this is where we can select which channels that we would like to pull in. So I'm going to leave that as it is and click Start. And then next we need to select which business units we're going to be pulling data into Data Cloud from. At the minute we just have one. If we had multiple, we'd be able to select multiple. We can only have one Marketing Cloud instance connected to Data Cloud. So that's the top level account, the enterprise level account. But if you had, 15 business units underneath that, we'd be able to come in here and select which specific business units we would like to ingest data from. You might want to select and deselect some, but the top level business unit will always be pre-selected. So we're going to leave that as it is. We have this optional setting available, allow profile business unit mapping data. The first thing to be aware of is that if you enable this, it cannot be undone. So it is a permanent switch on, this one. And what this does is it will create a new stream called the subscriber BU mapping data stream, and that will be mapped to the affiliation data model object on Data Cloud. And until you've got data ingested into that affiliation data model object, your activations will be sent to Marketing Cloud as shared data extensions. But once you've actually started ingesting data that's going into the affiliation data model object, then your activations will be sent as data extensions automatically. And this setting is really going to be enabled for businesses that have multiple Marketing Cloud business units, so enabling you to use those business units in your segments, so that you've got them as your rules within your segments. And finally, the last step is to select which business units we're going to activate. So that is where we're going to actually activate segments for use, for example. Again, it's just going to be our one business unit that's available to us. And again, if you had multiple, you can select which ones. So we're just going to select ours for now and click Save. Great, and that's really it. So it takes about 2 minutes if you have your logins and everything, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to navigate back to the home area now, and what I can do is click on data streams. So even though we've configured our connector, we haven't actually set up our data stream yet, which is where we can actually configure the ingestion into Data Cloud. I'm going to click on new so that I can set this up. Awesome, so now we have Marketing Cloud available as a connected source. I'm going to click on Marketing Cloud and then select Next. And we're always going to select default because we only have one data space available. Great, so as we can see here, we have some starter data bundles, which is great. So we can leverage these essentially out of the box data kits is what these are. So we've got 16 for Email Studio, 7 for Mobile Connect, and 10 streams for Mobile Push. I'm going to click on Email Studio because we're not actually using SMS in our demo org. Awesome, so now we've got our subscriber data pulling through for the email channel from Marketing Cloud, and this is where we can see all of our field names, labels, the API names, and if there's any formulas fields that we need to collect, we can do that now. We can also set the data, the other fields that we might need as well.
Okay, so once we are happy with all of this, what we can do is click on deploy.
So what we can see here is our data stream. So this is just for email opens, and we can see it hasn't run yet, and we've got all the details of our stream below. I'm just going to click back into data streams because I'm expecting this to have, we've got quite a lot here now. Luckily I don't expect this to take that long because we don't have much in our demo org, obviously in the way of email engagement data, but it's great to see all of these different streams that are automatically set up when you have your Marketing Cloud connector configured. I'm also just going to navigate to the email engagement click. So what we can see is our email engagement click data table on the left hand side essentially, and then we also have our data model object email engagement on the right hand side. And what is great to see is that it's already got all of the mapping there, and we've got engagement topic and email engagement. Cool. I'm going to check another data stream now. I'm going to do subscriber. Awesome. So we can see that's automatically mapped to individual and party identification. So I'm currently in the data model tab, and I'm going to click refresh. And here we can see our data model and our relationships between all of our new data model objects that have been mapped to in our data streams. So we can see how email engagement, for example, how this is related to all of the other data model objects and the cardinality between them. So we can see that this has a many to one relationship here. So there's some things that we won't be able to see here that we've seen on our data stream. So for example, we had subscriber that we looked at, but we can't see a subscriber data model object. And that's because the subscriber data from Marketing Cloud is actually mapped to our individual and to our party identification. So our subscriber data sort of comes from that one data table, and it's now mapped to these two data model objects. And that's the process of the harmonizations basically. So we have our data ingestion, and then we need to map it and harmonize it with the data cloud data model, and that's how we can take advantage of all of the data cloud functionality by using that data model. So hopefully this gives a bit of insight into how, once we've done our ingestion, we've done our mapping, now we can actually use all that data because it's set up in the right way.
That concludes our demo video. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to get some support with Data Cloud or find out more, you can reach out to us at inquiries@nebulaconsulting.co.uk.